There are many types of UDR owners. Those who unbox and bash until something breaks, those who are happy to shelf it for the beauty of it. Those who turn to forums and Facebook groups to ask, what should I upgrade first? And to keep the list short, I will name a last one. Owners who ask themselves, what does this upgrade buy me in terms of performance, reliability and balance? Adding parts without establishing a baseline is like driving at night with your lights off. You will be moving forward all right, but at some point, something is going to go wrong. Personally, I am of the latter group of people. I love the looks of a UDR, even in its most basic form. I think it deserves to be displayed and showed off in every owner's home. But I also really enjoy using it, improving its performance by applying upgrades that make sense, and especially tracking actual improvements, instead of blindly throwing the whole billet aluminium parts catalogue at it. My background in high-end automotive mechanics, added to a tendency to over-engineer things and remove failure modes for a living, have led me to write a book about the UDR, in which I share precious insight regarding maintenance and tuning, regardless of what type of UDR owner you are. Some aftermarket parts can stiffen something that was designed to flex, but more importantly, they all change chassis weight distribution and will affect handling if no tuning has been performed afterwards. You can only improve what you can measure, which is why as soon as the car comes out of the box, it goes on the corner weight system to record the baseline so that every subsequent modification can be tracked, improvements measured, and any adverse effects that may arise be immediately identified and corrected. No more driving in the dark. From this point on, you can tell which mod worked, which one requires fine-tuning, and which ones are a waste of money. I do this so you don't have to, and the most worthy upgrades and how you get the most out of them are detailed in the book. This truck was loaned to me by Jonas for my research, and it already has a few upgrades like Vitavan sway bars, an all-alloy steering system and 3D printed waffle boards. Now this might seem trivial, but at this scale every gram makes a difference, and modifying mass location also carries consequences. The only way to measure the effect of added parts reliably is by using SkyRC's Corner Weight System. With the UDR on the pads, it's a matter of reading the figures to interpret what's going on. When the truck arrived on the bench, weight distribution was wild and partly explains the handling issues that Jonas experienced. After an overhaul and fine-tuning, however, the results were more consistent, showing good balance left and right, but also front and rear. A bit of rear-end weight bias is not a bad thing on a desert racer, and close enough is good enough in this instance. It is essential that tuning be performed on a well-maintained chassis. You will be chasing irregularities with suspension problems, so make sure to iron them all out first. Now that balance has been properly set, it needs to settle during a couple of runs, then can be remeasured, finely tweaked, tracked, and then stress tested in anger. This is the only effective way to make performance upgrades on your rig. My approach is not for everybody, but it resonates with a growing audience, which is fantastic. The corner weight system is not an optional tool for the serious UDR owner. It's the difference between tuning on evidence and tuning on assumption. If you want to go further, the full methodology, the suspension geometry principles behind it, and the maintenance standards that make these measurements meaningful, I've documented all of it in my book on the UDR. The link is in the description. One thing I have not solved yet. Once a UDR crosses a certain build weight, the system hits its limit. I'm working through a calibrated workaround. If you want to follow that process before it becomes a video, that work is happening on Patreon. I'll see you at the bench.